All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Hello to all our YouTube viewers and participants. So, welcome to the StackLeague University Series, Laguna State Polytechnic University edition. So, I am King and I will be your host for today. So, I would like, before anything else, I would like to remind everyone that if you have any questions regarding the StackLeague or anything about the session, you can type them in the comment section and we will address them later at the Q&A session. All right, so I know that you guys are very much excited to learn about our topics for today. But before that, we will be giving you an overview of Stack League, especially if it's your first time to join a Stack League event. And to help me with this, please welcome Ghislaine Nicodemus, our recruitment and internship coordinator at Stack League. Hi, Jess.
Yes, hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So for the Stack League overview, I'll be discussing it. So you can call me Jess, and I'll be the one to discuss this. So about Stack League. So Stack League is the Philippines' largest online programming league, and our mission is to develop programming leaders that inspire the nation into coding. The tournament is powered by StackTrek's fully automated talent analytics and assessment platform. And for our partners and sponsors, so now it's in its second competitive year, Stack League wouldn't be possible without the support of our partners. So we're fortunate to be supported by the top companies in the industry. We have silver sponsor, which are the coding chiefs, and bronze sponsors, which are Microsoft, Dell Tech Systems, Upper.PH, Recruit Day, Gcash, and our newest sponsor, Tikha IT. Our media partners are SparkUp, Apps Gadget, What's Up Pilipinas, Corner Magazine PH, Androidist, Megabytes, Backend News, Bluewing, and Manila Republic. The same goes for our community partners who help the league reach as many programmers in the country as possible. And here they are. As for the Stock League highlights, this pioneering programmer league was launched last year, March 16, 2021, and is now gathering up over 10,000 tech talents across the country to test their leadership, perseverance, and coding skills, with the promise of nationwide media recognition, lots of prizes, thousands of tech job opportunities, and access to invitation only events. The league's year-round cash prize pool is now at 10 million in the duration of the whole competition. And one of the highlights in Stack League is weekly stack race for both individual and team categories. So each week, the top 10 challengers in the top 3 teams are announced all across Stack League's social media platform to recognize the challengers who stayed on top of the rankings. Apart from this, we also have the Stack League featured programmer and team campaign. So the weekly top 10 challengers and top 3 teams are going to be featured on Stack League's website and our social media channels. Stack League will also be hosting numerous tech and career sessions all throughout the year. Aside from this, there are also exclusive trainings available for ranking up to the challenger levels. These events and trainings are all for free. So the Stack League Ambassador Program is a year-round initiative to reward Stack League challengers who go beyond the competition and inspire the nation into coding. To tell you more about Stack League Ambassador Program, here is a short clip for you. Okay, so that's that. So congratulations to Jeremiah Daniel Regalario for being the Stack League Ambassador for May, winning the 3,000 cash prize and a Stack League t-shirt. If you want to be the next Stack League ambassador and win the cash prize and t-shirt, the program is still open for June. You can find the full mechanics at our website. So for the ranking system and initial competition, there are 5 supported programming languages in Stack League, which are the JavaScript, Java, Python, C Sharp, and PHP. So this is how the ranking system works. After signing up, you start at the bottom with 0 points. All you need to do is solve as many challenges as you can and earn the corresponding points. So the more points you earn, the higher your ranking goes. Once you have accumulated enough points, you can now get to next level challenges when more opportunities are unlocked for you to access. There are three challenger levels, which are the bronze, silver, and gold levels. The new thing for this year's challenger level up is the prizes. So when you unlock the bronze level, you will receive 100 pesos, and when you unlock the silver level, you will receive another 100, and when you unlock the gold level, you will be receiving 300 pesos. For the individual category, there is also the Stack League Treasure Chest. So individual category wherein the weekly top 10 challengers will receive 500 pesos cash prize. For the Stack League payoffs, we also have the Stack League Payoffs, which is a single elimination tournament featuring all monthly qualifiers where all weekly top 10 Stack League challengers will be automatically be invited to the monthly qualifier rounds. You can read the mechanics at the link provided. And to know more about this, here is another clip for you. Okay, so lastly, if you're interested in testing your skill in a time bound programming competition such as Stack League Payoffs but couldn't get in the weekly top 10, the Lightning series is open to all non gold level challengers. So you can find the mechanics at the link provided, and the schedule for the month of June has been posted. Take note that you will receive an email for the invitation. And that's it for the overview of Stack League. And remember that as a year round tournament, Stack League is looking for the best challengers that can stay up in the ranks and become programming leaders for the long haul. That's all on my end. Back to you, King.
Thank you, Jess, for giving us an overview, a quick overview of StackLeague. So, would like to remind our participants or our viewers right now that if you're interested to become part of the running league, the year-round running league, you can join and just visit stackleague.com and learn more about our initiatives for our participants. All right, so I know that you guys are very much excited to learn new things regarding the topics provided today. So let's not delay any further. So to introduce to you before I introduce to you our first speaker, I would like to remind everyone again that if you have any questions regarding the topic or regarding Stack League, kindly put it in the comment section and we will address them during the Q&A session. All right. So let's introduce our first speaker. He has a special place in his heart for all things related to technology, whether it be web development, multimedia arts, or game development. He holds everything programming related dear to him. So, however, his path to programming was never a straightforward one. So he took up mechanical engineering and now currently taking up architecture and working as a part-time bootcamp trainer at StackTrek. So everyone, let's give it up for Eladio Dionisio. Good afternoon, Eladio.
Good afternoon po.
All right. Go ahead. You may
Oh,
proceed with your
th-
presentation.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my talk. My name is Eladio Dionisio. I will talk more about myself after I introduce the topic, which is choosing the right thesis and capstone project topic. First of all, everyone, good afternoon. I hope you had your lunch already. We're gonna spend some time learning about this. So, what we're going to talk about today is um, choosing a right thesis topic and also by extension, a capstone project topic. So, when it comes to doing a thesis or coming up with a capstone project, it isn't always so straightforward. Normally, the hardest part of choosing your topic or doing a thesis, excuse me, the hardest part is picking your topic because, for one, when your topic is set in stone, that you're gonna roll with that until you get it done. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns that you may not be used to or you may not expect, but it's all part of the thesis making project. It's all about creating a project. And so let's dive right in. First, about myself. My name is Robin Eladio Dionisio. I am a Stack League competitive programmer. I am part of the top 10, though I don't want to brag. I'm still learning. Um, I'm also a part-time instructor for StackTrek. I teach Python, beginner, intermediate, and so on. I'm also am a hobbyist game developer, and also I'm a college student, which most of you are as well. And that being said, I'd like to have a quick disclaimer about this since I am in fact a college student. My perspective is biased towards being a college student. I am not a professional teacher. I have no experience judging or grading thesis topics, though I have done research and asked teachers and people who have experience dealing with portfolios and projects about this topic. So just take note that while my view, while this may be my view, it is not a guarantee that what I say is all true. So keep that in mind. So let's go on with the first part of thesis, which is picking your topic. When it comes to picking your topic, when you decide on your topic, you have to stick with it. Though you may be wondering, hey, how do I come up with a topic proposal? Being a student, like you guys, I guess the main thing I do, the first thing I do, and probably you guys do too, is go to Google and search up some ideas from other people. And I've done that too. I've seen dozens of websites, articles, videos talking about um, information thesis topics, about computer science topics, what are the best ideas, and it all gets too cluttered. There's so many ideas out there that what happens is what some people call analysis paralysis, or the overabundance of ideas, because there's so many topics you can choose, and it's so diluted. It's so difficult to choose a good topic that fits you. That being said, I'd like to go into the next section, which is what makes a good topic. Can we categorize a good topic from a bad topic? And by what metrics or characteristics does a good topic have so that it fits for you and your thesis? So, what makes a good topic? Obviously, there isn't a perfect topic that you can choose and you write it and you boom, you have a Nobel Peace Prize. It doesn't work that way. But there may perhaps be a topic that perfectly suits your needs. And that being said, judging by the characteristics found on the right, the relevance, scope, maintainability, viability, and personal investment, we can find that these quality characteristics make up a good topic. Instead of having a diluted field or list of ideas that you can't decide choosing, why don't we scope out a topic based on these characteristics? That being said, let's go on and talk about the characteristics. So, firstly, is your topic relevant? How can you say that your topic is relevant in this day and age? There are some questions that you can ask. Is it useful for the current context of information technology and computer science? Are there existing resources on your topic? Is there even, for example, does your topic have any conflicts of interest that make it irrelevant, or it hinders the actual research process? You should keep that in mind while thinking about your topic. Next, when thinking about your topic, you want to scope it out to make it specific and focused. That being said, have you selected a specific topic? For example, you pick a topic, for example, is artificial intelligence. That's a broad list of topics, broad list of fields. Just because you're going to talk about artificial intelligence doesn't mean that you have a thesis already, because you still have to find a specific and focused field in or regarding artificial intelligence. And in fact, if your topic does cover multiple fields of study, what fields of study would your thesis focus on? So would it focus on developing fast, for example, in the context of artificial intelligence, does it focus on creating efficient algorithms to find a specific or for a specific data set? Or do you want your AI to, for example, beat the world champions of Dota 2, which has in fact happened? So when you pick a topic, make sure that your topic is specific and focused. Don't give a generalized topic, because it'll make you give yourself more trouble than it's worth, because obviously if the more broad your field, the more you have to talk about, and the less substance your thesis has. Next, will your topic be maintainable in the future? Most people like to think in the present, and they think, hey, this topic is good. It may be hard, but I can do it right now. I can do the basics right now. But they don't think about the future. Can you maintain your project? Is your project extensible? For example, you choose your thesis and you create your capstone project about, for example, artificial intelligence. Do you have the capability or knowledge on the topic to maintain it? Do you have the resources to maintain it? Heck, is your topic going to be redundant in a few years? Is it gonna be replaced with some bleeding edge technology? So you better keep that in mind as well. Next, we ask, is our topic viable? Is it useful for for our current context? Is there available resources that we can leverage? Or is the idea or the topic we're choosing so bleeding edge that there's not much research or resources on it currently? And since you're not since most of you are just, or most of us are just haven't graduated yet, and this is our first thesis, we don't want to do as much research as possible, or we don't have the capital, we don't have the resources to develop this thesis using about bleeding edge technology. Next, it's I personally think this is the most important one. Are you capable of writing your topic? When I say when we talk about capacity or the capability, we talk about, are you can you become personally invested in this topic? Are you willing to work on this topic? um, do you have the resources or knowledge skill sets available to work on this topic? If you can't work on the topic, if you don't have any idea or you don't have the skill sets and you don't know anyone with skill sets to help you, then I suggest you leave it out of it. You leave that topic out because hey, it's not going to work out, don't you think? So that being said, with these characteristics, we can go on to some pitfalls that you should avoid. When I say pitfalls, I talk about topics that are not viable, in my personal opinion, to be researched on at this current at its current state. If you work on if you work on the specific and focused topic, more often than not, it will lead to more trouble than it's worth. And quite honestly, your thesis or capstone project might not even work out. So let's explore this pit. It's a pretty deep pit, actually. So it's very obvious. The sign's there. So these are just some of the topics that I believe most people shouldn't work on. For one, time zones. There is a distinct hatred by programmers about time zones, especially working directly with time zones. So if you have to work with anything regarding specific time zones, working on different locations and calculating time, worrying about time zones, I suggest you don't. You leave it out. Game engine architecture from scratch, I say. Uh, a quick disclaimer: if you're in game development, for example, information technology game development, you can write a thesis about a game engine architecture. You can write your own game architecture from scratch. But from based on my experience, don't, because a game engine is a very specific tool set that other people have mastered already. For example, Unity, Godot, Construct. Instead of worrying about game engine architecture, because most of the time you wouldn't be worrying about those low level game engine architecture stuff. Focus on Focus instead on game game engine agnostic tool sets. For example, you can always write tools for a game engine, and if it works for everything, if it's game engine agnostic, then all the better for your portfolio. Next, NFTs. I suggest not working on NFTs at the moment, seeing as the NFT market has recently crashed. That is not to say that you shouldn't work on anything regarding crypto. I still believe that blockchain and smart contracts still have a use, but non-fungible tokens are a bit iffy these days. So if you were planning to work on NFTs, I really, I really hope you don't, because it's not a good idea. And next, big data with an asterisk. When it comes to big data, it's very difficult to define, to wrap your head around, especially if you're just starting out. It may be a word that catches the attentions of employers that you work with big data, and trying to put it in your thesis would maybe strike you as someone employable. But if you're not knowledgeable in data science, data engineering, or any of those fields, and if you don't have the backing of a or resources to fund that kind of adventure, then I suggest you stick working on small data sets relative to obviously big data sets, which are um, very volume intensive. That being said, what are some, we go back to our question, what are some good topic examples? Judging by the characteristics we learned, viability, maintainability, and the others, and judging by the pitfalls we should avoid, I think that the first step we should do is steal an idea from someone else. So we can leverage their idea. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's a big no. You can extend research. You can extend the research someone has done. But obviously, stealing is stealing. Stealing is bad. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a thesis. So let's go on to some. Instead, I'll just give you some ideas that I thought of about this topic. So for you to consider, the um, first of the I believe 5 examples for the topic is the smart home and the Internet of Things in the Philippine household. What does this mean? Exactly. What does it mean to have a smart home in the context of the Philippines? We see in the K dramas and those American TV shows that um, first world countries have leveraged the idea of smart homes. With that in mind, what would the idea of or concept of a smart home be in the Philippine household? What specific uh, tools or what specific applications would benefit the Philippine household the most? Are we ready? Is the typical Filipino household ready to adopt a smart home? Well, is the is all the extent of our idea of a smart home having an Alexa, for example? This can be a topic worth exploring. Next, we go to a no-code tooling for game artists. What I mean by this is, why don't you research and develop ways to create a game engine agnostic toolset to help game artists implement their contributions with some version control functionality, for example, with Git. This would look immaculate in your game development portfolio, especially if you write it as a game engine as agnostic, meaning it works on any game engine. So, with this in mind, how can we write a tool set with no code to help game artists develop for efficiency's sake? Next on, we have an app to streamline MSME creation and management. Given the fact that micro, small, medium enterprise businesses make up about 99.51% of the PSA recorded businesses, how may we streamline the process of creation and management? That is to say, how can we help how can we help these businesses leverage the digital age? How can we, for example, create an app that can help um, a sari sari store keep track of all its inventory, all its payments? Can we make it into a user friendly app for owners so that they can work more effectively, so they can manage their businesses more better financially and logistically? That's another topic you can consider. Next, we have learning management systems for specialized use cases. Because I'm pretty sure all of us are used to the fact that hindi na face to face. That's to say, virtual na yung mga lear- learning. So, if you're familiar with, for example, learning management systems like Orange apps, like Instructure, and like whatever your school is doing, can you curate a learning management system, or can you develop a concept or a structure system of a learning management system for a specialized user base? That is to say, can for example, we have this. Can we create specialized? Can we create a specialized learning management system for people that is accessible and viable for persons with disabilities, special needs, or other use cases? Can we create a cost-effective learning management system? Right now, when you think of this, some topics regarding this include the user experience, the UI design, accessibility, um, full stack development, system architecture. With with these in mind, this may be a interesting topic that you can consider. Finally, we have the last idea that I had. That is not technically original, but I tried to scope it down, which is blockchain and smart contracts in local voting systems. But when I say local voting systems, I mean LGU voting systems, or at the local government unit level. Can we create a or implement a small scale blockchain proof of concept? Because blockchain may be an interesting technology to leverage for voting, since verification works in the blockchain, though I'm not obviously a professional in blockchain. Though I talked about this topic with someone who has experience, and they said it was an interesting topic to work on, and perhaps a good thesis topic. So, yes, those are my examples. Feel free to use them. I don't mind at all. Um, that being said, let's go on to. Oh, actually, do we want to take a break first and have a quick question and answer portion? Excuse me, pa.
Hello. So I think we can ano naman later na yung sa Q&A session para tuloy-tuloy na lang
Okay,
din siya. So,
I'll just go streamline through it then. All right, so now we have manifesting. When I say manifesting, that means how can we manifest our topic? We already have a topic now. Let's say that we already have a topic. We already chose a topic. How do we manifest this topic? How can we develop our idea into the thesis? We already thought of the topic. What can we do now to develop it? Wait lang. I think there is an error. Hold on. Excuse me, pa. Wait lang. I think that these slides are not updated. A quick moment.
all right. So while we're waiting for Eladio regarding his slide, I would like to remind our participants again that if you have any questions regarding the presentation, you may free to comment them in the comment section, and we will be addressing them during the Q&A session.
Okay, there we go. I think it's fixed now. Thank you. So, before we go on to actually manifesting our idea, um, I'll just give you a short list that you can screenshot of some interesting of topics I find interesting that perhaps you can work on. You can take a screenshot if you want. Has everyone pressed their print screen button? If so, let's move on. That's for later. So let us go on to manifesting our thesis topic. Or yeah, let's manifest the idea. How can we develop our idea into a thesis project? That being said, typically you don't have to start from scratch these days because there are plenty of resources and tools that can help you. To your right, you can find a list of some some topics or some parts of your thesis making process that I have compiled some tools or things you can use to develop it. Let's start with project management. Project management in general. These are just general tools that can help your productivity. We have Milanote, Trello, Overleaf. Overleaf is a latex thesis creator on the browser. So you don't even have to write your thesis from scratch anymore. You can write down all of your formulas using latex typesetting. We also have Figma for web development or front end development, and obviously we have GitHub for version control. Next, we have web development tools. When I say web development tools, I also mean web development resources such as Free Code Camp, W3 Schools, StackTrek, CodePen for JavaScript, CSS, and HTML code snippets, VS Code, what I suggest for your browser, and Stack Overflow for all the questions you have that I cannot answer and you are wondering about web development. Next, we have game development tools. We have game engines like Godot, Unity, Construct Tree. We have game frameworks like SFML and Pygame, which is for, I believe, for C++ and Python, respectively. If you want to work on 3D shaders, you can search up the Book of Shaders, which is a comprehensive guide on working with all types of shaders. We have itch.io, which has free resources that you can use. For example, art assets, sound effects, music, game templates. We have BFXR, which is a free and open source sound creator. We also have freesound.org, and we also have YouTube, but with an asterisk. I suggest that you keep your I refrain from watching too many tutorials about game development on YouTube and work on it on your own because you may get stuck in tutorial hell. Next, we have multimedia arts, graphic design. These are some free tools and resources that you can use. You can use Milanote, Figma, Fire Alpaca, and Krita, which are somewhat of a replacement for Photoshop or whatever drawing app you're using. Inkscape for vector art, Photopia, which is Basically, just Photoshop in the browser, but it's free. Um, what else? We have research resources and tools. Obviously, you can search up open courseware for any computer science or information technology needs, any questions, concepts, and topics. If you need to look up data from our government regarding the Philippines, you can look up the EFOI, or the Electronic Freedom of Information website. You can also hello. I mean, there was some technical difficulties on my end, but I think we're okay right now. So let's go back. We have the Harvard Dataverse, which you can search up and give your own information, but you can also get information from them. There's tons of topics that you can browse. You can obviously search on YouTube, though I suggest you search YouTube with a grain of salt, and you always be prepared to view these videos from the perspective of a researcher. Find the valid points, find if their arguments are properly researched and properly argumented. And then you can also look this specifically for artificial intelligence. You can look up TensorFlow, and I think that's what we have for manifesting. That To sum it up, for manifesting, there are plenty of tools for you to use that um, lead you to not start from scratch when writing your thesis. So after we've written our thesis, we've chose a topic, written our thesis, and we submitted it. What comes next? To quote, where do we go from here? Well, simply put, after finishing your thesis and capstone project, you can still work on them as part of your portfolio for future reference or for employment. Don't shelf your project. It's always suggested that you either work on it or you keep it as part of your portfolio to track your progress and your evolution as a researcher and a developer. I think that pretty much sums up my talk right now. Thank you all. Let's go into question and answer.
Okay, so thank you very much, Eladio, for that very informative and insightful presentation. So this topic will surely be valuable to our viewers, especially to our. It would really help them in conceptualizing and picking a thesis or capstone project topic for their upcoming projects in their school.
Yes,
Okay,
and
so
thank you
right
for having
now.
me.
It's a pleasure to collaborate with you. Oh, so okay, so this is the most exciting part of our session for today, and we are now opening the floor for questions from our participants. So you may type in your questions in the comment section, and we will address them now at the Q&A session. Okay, so let's just go over with the um, comment section. So these are all um, I think these are all third year students. So I see majority of the students from LSPU is third year and
Hmm.
taking up BSCS. Okay.
Good luck
So
to
I
all
think
of you.
I think the third year students have a subject about capstone project. That's why a lot of them are here. So
Ah,
okay. So okay. So while waiting for other question while waiting for their questions, so I just have a a question lang or siguro ano siya parang ano bang tawag dito? Musing about your experience of doing a capstone project research. So have what is the do you have an example or do you have a specific topic na na-encounter mo that you find very interesting or ikaw yung mismong nag-research ng project na yon. So meron ka bang na-encounter na ganong project?
um,
Na parang nung unang kita mo or unang rinig mo pa lang dun sa or unang isip mo pa lang dun sa project na yun is parang, this is a good project and it's a great project na gusto kong ituloy or something like that.
there was something like that. When I was doing my own research on artificial intelligence, I came across a YouTube channel called 2 Minute Papers, and they had a whole video about how an AI beat the Dota 2 world champions in a best of 3,
Mm.
and I find that really interesting because you can see that in the video and in the actual game itself, the AI is actually giving live percentages on what it believes its chances of winning are. I find that type of real time with multiple variables included, and it's not just about it's a recreational thing, but the fact that AI has evolved so much more from doing chess, for example, and going on to playing something as complicated as Dota 2 and beating world champions as well. I find that really interesting.
All right. So thank you. I think that that is the most famous project about AI. So I've heard a lot of stories about that one that the AI was able to defeat the world champion on in Dota 2. So I think
Yeah.
that's really that's really a good topic or that's really a good project where you really um parang test kung ano yung capabilities talaga ng AI and hanggang saan yung magiging parang hanggang saan yung limit ng mga AI. Okay, so
Hmm.
let's go over again on the comment section, guys. Don't be shy or don't be scared to ask question because it would really be a good time for you to ask concerns or questions about picking a capstone project topic for your project. While we're at it with Eladio, so just keep your questions coming, and we will be addressing. Eladio will be addressing it um, sa abot ng kanyang makakaya. Okay,
Yes.
so let's just go over again. While waiting pala for other participants to give their questions, do you have an account where they can reach you to continue discussion or continue discussing with regards to picking or if they have any questions lang or they want to ask for tips regarding picking the capstone project topic.
Oh, okay. So you can reach me 2 ways: through my email or through my LinkedIn account. I'll type down my email, and I'll also include this is my email. I have sent it through the private chat,
Okay.
and that's the name for my LinkedIn.
All
The
right. So
name of
thank.
my LinkedIn account is Robin Junisio.
All right. So I'll be sharing with our participants later in the comment section on how they can reach you. So there are a lot of students coming in palang for the event and okay, so medyo nahihiya ata yung mga estudyante or medyo natatakot sila to ask question. But anyway, if you want to have ano lang, parang a private na you wanted to ask the question in private para lang din less na nakakahiya or less embarrassing on your end, you may send in your question through his email. So I'll be sending it to the comment section, and I will be sharing with you also, guys, the name of Eladio and LinkedIn. So I think that would be all for the Q&A session. So at least we had one question about what is the most
Yes.
interesting topic that Eladio has encountered, and I really hope students would be fired up in picking up or doing their capstone project and be inspired to the existing capstone projects right now in the internet or in the international. Okay, so thank you again, Eladio, for sharing your insights and your knowledge about how to effectively pick their capstone project topic or picking a topic for their thesis. So I really hope that the students would be able to master um, creating or doing research, not just one requirement for their school, but also in the future if they wanted to create different projects. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
thank
you
you
for having
again.
me.
Thank you. That it's a pleasure to be working with you, and I really hope that we will be able to collaborate again for upcoming events, and you would be able to share your knowledge again to our participants. So thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, so now for our second resource speaker, she is a computer science graduate, magna cum laude, content creator, seasoned public speaker and mentor, former application analyst, and social media specialist. She is currently the technical community manager of Edukasyon.PH and technical support agent of PAR Technology Incorporated. She is also an Angel Hack ambassador and mentor of Impact Hackathon. She shares her knowledge with various universities and tech companies um, about the fundamentals of web development, web design, information security, database systems, and automation. She aspires to be a computer science professor and cybersecurity analyst. Let's all welcome Athena Acha Abe.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for that introduction and thank you to Laguna State Polytechnic University and StackLeague for inviting me and having me for today's session. So we're going to learn about harnessing IT skills, exploring the bigger picture. So as introduced, ayan, I just graduated college 3 weeks ago. I took up computer science and I'm currently working as a technical community manager of Edukasyon.PH and the technical support agent of PAR Technology. So later I'll also introduce more about Edukasyon.PH. While on the other hand, PAR Technology, I work for a restaurant technology company based in New York. I was also a former application analyst and social media specialist. Currently, an Angel Hack ambassador, public speaker. I do public speaking in universities and tech companies. I'm also a content creator and mentor. And before I begin with our scope of topic for today, I just want to ask, I always ask this whenever I do a talk. Bakit kayo nag-IT? Bakit ka nag-information technology? Bakit mo kinuha ang computer science, information systems, computer engineering? Dahil ba di mo alam kung ano yung pipiliin mo, wala kang choice, pinilit ka ng magulang mo? Just leave it in the chat. Ayan, if pag I look back on this session, this recording, I'll check those messages or comments you guys and see. And follow-up question, why did you choose to pursue a college degree specifically in technology? Dahil ba nalaman nyo na in demand siya, malaki ang kita? So later we're going to talk about that kung totoo nga ba na in demand at malaki ang kita sa IT industry. So just leave it in the chat. I'm interested to know the reason why you choose a degree or program in information technology. Ayan. And kung hindi mo alam kung bakit mo pinili or napilitan ka, it's okay. Ako natutunan ko na kung ano yung gusto kong career sa technology no third year college na ako. So it's alright if hindi mo pa alam, just continue to explore more skills and technology and from there makikita nyo kung ano ba talaga yung hilig nyo or sa tingin yung para sa inyo. Ayan. So, please bear with me. Minsan mabilis magsalita si Acha, pero I'm going to break it down step by step for you guys in our session for today. So, where to begin in identifying the skills in IT? So, we have three subtopics for today. We have here, of course, alamin natin ano ba ang skills? What are the different types of skills? So, ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng soft and hard skills? Ayan. Number 2, we're going to learn how to get started in technology. Pag natutunan na natin kung ano yung skills na dapat na meron tayo or magkaroon tayo, dito naman natin matututunan kung paano tayo magsisimula to build our foundations, practice them, and apply them, and take action on how we're going to get a career or a profession or be a professional in the tech industry, even as a student. So that's possible. I'm going to guide you on how you can start your career kahit estudyante pa lang kayo. And of course, lastly, the bigger picture. Graduating college, it doesn't end there. There are a lot of learning curves or mga obstacles that we're going to face when we're starting fresh graduate, getting a career, building our portfolio, and I'm going to help you how you can explore more opportunities in technology. Ayan. So let's get started. So first, it's all about skills. Paano ka nga ba makakakuha ng job or career if you don't have the skills na required from you? And, di ba, commonly na nakikita nyo na merong mga job posting na fresh graduate pero kailangan may 5 years experience. So, that may be possible to some, aga pa lang or bata pa lang nag-work na sila sa industry. Pero if we're going to look practicality-wise or into the bigger picture, hindi siya common. And syempre, as students, ang priority natin, ang pag-aaral natin. That's why, as students, dun tayo nakafocus on exploring mga different topics about technology, and then from there we practice, and then after that we take action on how we're going to use yung knowledge na natutunan natin or binigay sa atin. So skills, there are two different types of skills. We have hard skills and soft skills. And ano nga ba yung pinagkaiba nila sa isa't isa? So, itong hard skills, ito yung commonly, to make it short and simpler for you guys, is ito yung mga abilities na natututunan natin sa school or sa job. So, yung mga tinuturo ko sa mga universities and companies, some of them are based from what is already taught sa university namin, but majority are based from my experiences sa job, sa mga roles na na-experience ko as a social media specialist, application analyst, technical community manager, and IT support. So, lahat yon inaaral ko lang din, and I'm very happy na I am given the opportunity to share them, to also help people learn more about it as easy as and efficient as it can be. So, yun yung hard skills, more on the ability na tinuturo sa atin from our mentors, from our professors, and more professionals outside the university. And second, soft skills. Ito naman ay mga traits na that enables us to be more professional, to be more ethical, to be more punctual. Ito yung more on like work ethic, organizational skills, and how we can communicate properly, collaborate, interact with other people, and also become a good leader and mentor. So, kung mapapansin nyo, sa school pa lang, if you're joining organizations, kailangan mo ng resume, and naka-breakdown yun kung alin yung mga technical skills mo and ano yung mga soft skills mo. So, doon makikita ng mga hiring managers or recruiters na, ito dito ka pala skilled. It's not always na ang tinitignan ng mga recruiter or hiring managers yung technical skills mo lang. You should also be equipped with soft skills. There should be a balance of both. Hindi lang hard skills or hindi lang soft skills. So, today, we're going to identify ano ba yung mga in-demand na IT skills this year. So, according to CompTIA, ito yung mga in-demand na skills, hard skills specifically sa IT. Ayan. So, let's start with networking. Hindi ito yung kung open-minded ka ba. Hindi. Ito ang networking is one of the main skills when it comes to infrastructure in the IT field where networking, you've already tinuro na to sa inyo for sure. Dito, nakasalalay on how computers communicate and work with one another, how they transfer data, speed, efficiency, connectivity, yun yung mga common terms, mga topology, ayan siya. And networking, everything that we do in technology, it starts with network, how they're connected and interrelated with one another. Siyempre, para mas mapabilis yung data processing natin. And this is one of the many things na important na matutunan if you want to pursue a career in technology. Ayan. Yung dito nyo matutunan how the internet works, how things are connected with one another, the difference from switch and router. Yun siya yung mga things involved with networking. Next is cloud computing. Ito naman, since given the pandemic, majority of mga professions is remote work na and madami ng demand din for cloud computing. Ito ay importante because dito how we are able to be equipped with the skills in configuration, deployment, and security management, and troubleshooting. Ayan. And this includes everything from end user support. Ayan, yung mga common terms na SaaS, software as a service. Dito natin ma-identify yung solutions para makapag-analyze, manage, and deploy cloud platforms such as Amazon Web Services. Ayan, and if you want to learn more, I'll share that with you later about cloud computing. Third, technical support. Ito ang pinakamahalaga at pinaka-foundational skill din na dapat yung matutunan. Ito yung ang tawag dito, ito yung ano yung term doon? Nakalimutan ko guys, wait lang. Yung entry level, na position na pwede nyo makuha in the field of tech. Lalo na, especially for those who hindi pa rin nila na-identify kung ano yung gusto nilang career or specialization after they graduate, it's really recommendable to start your career in tech as in a help desk or in a technical support role. Why? So, most people, minsan ang baba ng tingin nila sa mga technical support. Pero this is a really big role na madami kang matututunan. It really mahahasa yung skills mo when it comes to technology. And dito talaga commonly nagsisimula yung mga professionals or career shifters when it comes to IT. And dito, no matter what the career in tech na you shift into or you transfer into, lagi mo magagamit yung mga skills na matututunan mo sa technical support. Kasi nandito yung communication skills, how you interact with the customer, nandito yung networking, nandito yung mga other infrastructure skills, nandito yung security, how you handle and manage itong mga technologies, and also how you are able to explain it to other people na non-tech persons. It's really important. Technical support, I experienced this twice in 2 companies, and malaking advantage siya if you have a solid foundation of communication. Later, we'll exemplify on that. And next is programming languages. Of course, especially if you want to become a developer, a programmer, syempre, napaka-core na you at least know some programming languages. You don't need to know everything, pero you know some that is required on the role that is described to you. So commonly in-demand skills na nakikita ko right now are Python, Java, ayan, C++, JavaScript. In-demand siya. Ayan. And in any IT role, commonly, yun yung isa sa mga requirements talaga, foundational, web development skills. Ayan. And next is user experience. Kung ikaw naman ay more into UX, UI design, ayan, dito it's important on how you're going to show yung project, yung product, or yung program through the user and facing. Ayan. So this helps attract organizations to how kung bakit karapat dapat na magawa tong program nito, how it's going to be helpful for them, efficient for them, easy to navigate. So dito malaking bagay if you want to pursue a career in user experience design, meron ka, how to reach or to communicate with your target audience, kung users mo ba ay mga younger people or older people, visual design skills, ayan, coding, also included dito ang project management skills and user experience. Next is machine learning. Ayan, isa na din to sa mga in-demand hard skills in technology. So dito, ang mga IT professionals may can have a background in either software engineering, systems design, if you have a background or if you have taking a major in computer science, ayan, more on theories, data structures and algorithm, automata theory, mga ganyan. So, dito, it's more on data processing, data analysis, dyan, pasok siya sa machine learning. Ayan. So, next, we have more. Next is quality assurance. Dito naman, they also use data analytics to identify issues and opportunities and products that are created by a factory or a business process. Dito, from the word itself, quality assurance, they make sure that the things and processes are done right. They avoid or they lessen or minimize errors and vulnerabilities. Next is mobile application skills. Dito naman ay they expand more to customer reach. They understand itong API or application programming interface development platforms and also including itong mga naririnig yung terms, cross-platform app development frameworks na makakatulong sa IT specialists to develop mobile applications and of course create better and improve digital solutions. Ayan. Next is dito naman tayo sa mga cyber security or information security. Dito naman pasok ang risk analysis. Ito yung from the word itself then, assessment of risk and vulnerabilities na it's possible that can negatively impact an organization. Information security is a really important and integral part of any organization and company, especially kung wide scaling sila. And I've also experienced working in a startup company na wala pa silang IT and napaka-importante na masimulan nila ang data or cybersecurity. So, and I was one of the people who spearheaded the team and ang daming vulnerability, ang daming phishing na nangyayari. So it's really important to have a skill or foundational understanding when it comes to information security as future IT professionals. So common dyan, madami mga cybercrime. Dito natin matututunan or maiintindihan ang risk identification, analysis management, and of course, to help the organization protect sensitive data. And next is penetration testing. Ayan, this is a way to find the man. This is the action of finding vulnerabilities in your systems bago pa mangyari yung attack or bago pa makapasok ang isang cyber criminal sa inyong organization. So, ito yung considered as a defensive strategy and meron ding offensive strategy when it comes to penetration testings. And both of them work together hand in hand to protect the organization in different ways. Ayan, next is data analytics. Dito naman, if you're into database, we have database administration. Ito naman ay isang hard skill to configure and maintain a database management system or pag-update ng database code. Ayan, this is how, in this type of skill, this is how you're able to manage all aspects of an organized database environment. So, kung may foundational skills ka sa SQL, ayan, this is one of the standard programming languages. Yes, programming language po ang SQL. It's for relational databases, and it's really important that you know at least foundations ng structured query language. Ayan, dito mo matututunan ko paano mag-manage ng large sets of data, how we're going to group and join them together, its relation to one another. So, kung gusto mo mag-pursue ng role or profession as a database administrator, you need to know the inside and outsides of structured query language. Ayan. And next is data analytics. Ito din, isa na din to sa mga in-demand professions in the IT industry. So dito naman, this is where professionals learn how to examine data sets, ayan, and reach conclusions. Those are they predict future data, ayan, that can help the organization to create more to create a more proper or a more uh, better business or digital solutions. Ayan. Kalimutan ko yung right term. Pero ito, as I have said, it's a very in-demand skill right now. And dito, din na natututunan yung connected din siya sa machine learning and other programming languages. So ito sa mga strong na nakikita sa industry, strong skill set na pwedeng mayroon ka. And if you have a foundational knowledge about data analytics, machine learning, it will really give you a big advantage if you want to pursue a bigger role in technology. Ayan, there's more. We also have data visualization. Dito naman, if you're going to look at data, di ba, napaka-intimidating at napaka-daming information. So with data visualization, this makes it easier not only for you, but also for the stakeholders or for the organization as well to understand more and to come up with a prediction or an analysis or a conclusion. So sa data visualization kasi, this is how you do storytelling on bakit nga ba nila kailangan matutunan to or intindihan to. You can also show how it affects everything like the systems, the processes, or the organization as a whole. Next is data science. So dito naman, this role focuses more on how one person or one tech professional can interpret raw data and use it into something useful, ayan, that such as a feedback data that can guide them into their decision making, ayan. And this also includes learning programming languages such as SAS, R, Python, that can help them be more efficient in their role. And also connected to that is big data. Ito naman, ang focus nito is the use of new technology tools to be able to handle data more and mga hindi nakakayanan ng mga old tools. So this is also in demand right now kasi dito mas nagiging effective tayo on how we can solve problems and how we can handle data and also understand programming languages. So dito na mas na hahasa pa ating mga competencies when we use these tools and also can be a big advantage in our career. Ayan. Next, other skills, hard skills is project management. And project management naman, it's a very versatile role in tech. It's also in demand. So hindi mo kailangan mag-code with project management, but it's also recommended for you to be equipped of the skills with that kasi doon mo mas may intindihan on how for example, a project goes, on how it can affect other projects or other processes as well. So dito, it's important to have project management skills, how you're going to organize a team, how you're organize a project life cycle, communicate with the stakeholders, the organization, and how you be able to be an effective communicator to your team and to your client or the organization that you're working for. And itong may mga projects, we have shorter projects, long-term projects. So it depends. You can either be a project manager for example, a learning program, or for example, a community, a developer community. So those are one of the examples of project management. Next is automation. So then, common din to na in demand right now. Automation boosts efficiency, and ito talaga yung mga need ng company ngayon. I've also experienced this reducing mundane tasks na pwede naman natin i-automate. So people in the organization can focus more on the bigger picture, can focus more on the important things that they need, or the major tasks rather. So it's really important, and automation starts from and can be implemented in an entry-level position from help desk to cybersecurity. Even if you're technical support automation, you'll be utilizing automation tools. Ayan, kahit simpleng extensions, web extensions, are considered automation tools na you don't need to manually press something in just for it to work. So yun siya. And last is business skills. So etong mga binanggit ko is how you interact, how you behave. Business skills is also important, hard skill wise, how you negotiate and how you understand other people and how you are able to work with them. So dito mo makikita yung business priorities, goals, objectives, yung mission ng what you're working for, working with. And dito din nakikita kung ano yung mga challenges ng team mo or employees, and also the end users that what they are facing. And dito makikita mo on how you're able to recommend solutions to these problems. Ayan. Ang daming skills, no? Pero ayan, sorry. So, ang daming skills, and hindi mo naman necessarily need matutunan lahat, pero it's really recommended for you to know at least the foundation of these skills. I know it's a lot, but this also depends on the specialization that you want to partake in. And again, I-mention ko na rin before yung kanina yung mga set nila. Kung ikaw ay into infrastructure, go to network. Kung ikaw ay into cybersecurity, go to risk analysis. If you are into data analytics, go to machine learning. Ayan, data visualization. And ayun siya, it's really important to have these foundational skills. And yet again, and if you don't know kung ano pa yung specialization, you can start an entry-level position in technical support. Ayan. Kasi sa technical support, ang dami niyang natatouch na foundational skills na pwede niyong matutunan, even in it's in entry-level position. Ayan. So next is soft skills. Again, ito yung mga traits naman na dapat nating matutunan. Again, hindi lang dapat laging hard skills lang. It's always a balance. So first is, of course, communication. You need to be an effective communicator. Ayan. And it's really important kasi this is how you properly discuss itong mga certain projects and certain ideas and goals with your other colleagues or other team or stakeholder. So it's how you explain, how you interact, how you react, and how you give them the proper communication needed. So meron tayong oral communication, meron tayong written communication, concision. Concision means how you communicate concisely, straight to the point. Common terms na maririnig sa industry is how you're going to communicate on a high level way. And collaboration. Ayan. It's in the tech industry, people might think na mag-isa ka lang. No, you work with a team, and that's where collaboration takes into place. Ayan. Next is adaptability. Of course, you need to learn how to be adaptable in any type of situation. So, what if, for example, nawala ng internet, on how you're going to fix that as a tech professional? Of course, with the basic networking foundational skills that you have, you are able to help the person or the organization how to fix the internet, mga ganyan. Kasi malaking bagay yan, malaking downtime yan sa company. So, that set of skills, or for example, nawala na talagang internet, ano yung other way na you can do or you can still continue your work without relying on internet, mga ganyan. Determination. Ayan. So, hindi tayo mawawala ng issues or problems with our vendors or sa mga software, sa mga hardware processes when it comes to having a profession in the tech industry. And minsan may mga concerns with lack of teamwork or many other reasons that affects yung workflow. And being determined helps you to not only boost yourself but also your other peers to be more resilient. Ayan, to always come up with a plan B, and be active. And that's where also being proactive comes in. You're able to manage your stress, you're able to be more sensitive to problems, you're able to brainstorm quickly, troubleshoot, restructure, and improve processes in the organization. Ayan, hindi mo hihintayin na pagsabihan ka pa kung ano dapat mong gawin, especially as tech professionals, we should always know the next step in everything that we do and be prepared in any situation that is brought up to us. Ayan. And of course, one of the soft skills is leadership. Hindi mo kailangan, you don't need to be in a management position in order to be a leader. You don't need that title na leader or team leader in order to become one. And being a leader, it's more of an action than a title. Being a leader is being a servant, being a follower, being a listener. You'll be able to take initiative and delegate the tasks to your peers. Ayan, and always focus on the end goal. Hindi pang sarili na you'll be able to demand things to your workmates. It's not about that. It's how you collaborate and how you communicate. They're interrelated with one another. So how are you be able to empower and encourage your other workmates and have integrity in everything that you do? So yeah, you work together. It's always a team. That's where also negotiation comes in. Of course, how are you going to help the company to improve processes? How are you going to make it more efficient and convenient to not only you but to other people as well? So you need to negotiate na if you use this software, it will cut down more costs to the company and it will gain more productivity and also help improve the processes speedily. Ayan. So also, it's important to be aware of diversity and inclusiveness to other people as well. So negotiate commonly din. Meron nga tayong ini-implement na systems sa company, pero those users are not aware or they don't have a technical know-how on how to use this. So negotiate. You can propose a training to these organizations, to these departments, kung paano nila mas magagamit at ma-maximize yung tool na binigay sa kanila. And that's where presentation comes in. It can be a one-to-one or one-to-many conversation within the department, and its help. Mentoring is also connected to this, how you're going to present, how you're going to share with the stakeholders in a non-technical manner, share your ideas na mas maiintindihan nila. This is where also you show that you're an approachable tech professional, how you are going to engage. Ayan, dito, this soft skill helps you how you can reach more to different types of audiences. And dito din matututunan natin on how we can improve our public speaking, how we can get their attention to listen to us and to also negotiate their thoughts and express themselves where we are presenting. Ayan. And it's more on hindi lang siya na one-ended na ikaw lang magrepresent. It needs to be engaging and you'll be able to hear from other thoughts as well. And there are other soft skills, logical thinking. You need to consult, innovation, creativity, memory, judgment, multitasking. It's really important. Again, initiative, optimization, accuracy, and of course, building and managing expectations. Ayan. It might be downright overwhelming to learn about these skills, but it takes more experience, more collaboration, more communication in order for you to get there. And it's okay. Just take your time learning these skills and you'll be able to be equipped sa mga foundational knowledge na need nyo in order to get started. And dito na nga tayo. How did I get started in the tech industry as a student? And is it possible to start your career as a student as early as now? And sasagutin natin siya, yes. The answer is yes. So very short lang, I've also shared this with other universities, but why I chose computer science, kasi hindi ko alam kung ano gusto ko sa college. Although, yes, mahilig ako sa computers, I love doing research. I told myself growing up na nakikita ko yung sarili ko working in front of a computer with a lot of paperwork, ganon ko siya nakikita. And no senior high school ako, I enrolled nung grade 11 ako as STEM student. So kami unang batch ng senior high school. And nung mag-grade 12 na kami, hindi kasi kami naka-separate into strands nung grade 11. Nung grade 12 na kami, nag-shift ako into Techbook ICT. Kasi may isang student na tinanong yung sister, yung principal namin, pag magte-take ng comsci, ano dapat strand? And sabi, Techbook ICT. So I shifted into Techbook ICT. And nung grade 12 ako, 600 kami sa senior high school. I met a lot of people and I've also met these guys. So, eto, di ko sila classmates. They reached out to me and they invited me to join them to create like a mini startup game development group. And we call them Ottergy Entertainment. And if you want to see yung mga games na ginawa namin, nasa Facebook page namin siya. And ang meaning ng Ottergy Entertainment, kahit wala kaming alam, but we're very passionate into creating games, we wanted to pursue this dream and this passion to create something out of nothing. And dito ko na-discover yung word na Ottergy. Ottergy meaning is working with your own hands or working independently. So, ang ginawa namin as a team, pinagsama-sama namin yung skills namin and this is how we delegated our task. I focused more on the designing. Meron kaming mobile developer, meron kaming animator, and meron kaming game developer. Ayan siya. I used our resources. Dati nung senior high school ako, wala akong laptop. So, nagtutulungan kami. Sa school kami nagde-develop. Doon namin tinutuloy yung mga projects namin. And, unfortunately, nung graduate na kami ng senior high school, may iba-iba silang gustong college courses. And ako na lang yung natira sa school namin, sa St. Paul, and we separated the ways. They pursued their programs in different universities. Kaya hindi na namin natuloy or naging at halt or at pause ang Ottergy Entertainment. But at present, I'm very proud of them kasi tinutuloy pa rin nila yung passion nila. Isa sa kanila, nasa Play Store na yung games, nasa Play Store na nung isa yung mga mobile application, yung isa magaling na leader na gumagawa ng animation, sorry. And ako ito, nagsasalita in front of you guys, doing my passion in teaching. Ayan, I really love to teach. Ayan, nung third year ko lang din nalaman yun. So, ayan siya, we still continue even though hindi namin na pursue to in the future. We're still planning to continue Ottergy Entertainment. Ayun, ako lang yung babae doon. Ayan. And next na, so ano nga ba yung naging experience ko as a computer science student? So before, I was a student leader. I was the former president and former core group member of the Junior Philippine Computer Society, SPU Manila chapter. And with that, nung pandemic, nahirapan din talaga ako. It's really hard. That's why I understand you guys learning in this kind of setup. Mahirap. And madaming nawalan ng, madaming nagsara na school, madaming hindi na nakapag-enroll. So, ang initiative talaga namin is to reach out to these people and still help them learn kahit hindi na sila nag-aaral or mga out-of-school youth. So, we create tutorial videos. Ayan siya. And then, I create tutorial videos about web development. Live siya. I do a peer mentoring. And that's how I started creating videos sa YouTube ko. So, itong YouTube ko, this is since 2012 pa siya. I really love creating videos. Pero hindi ko na-realize na kaya ko pala or na-enjoy ko palang magturo. Ayan. And sharing your knowledge is really powerful. It's really empowering. It can help more people to be empowered, to be more efficient, and to collaborate and share din. It's like a ripple effect. So that's the good thing about sharing the knowledge. Ayan. Also, I collaborated internationally with a computer science student in Tunisia. Shinare ko yung mga experiences ko kung bakit ako nag-Techbook ICT and why we should create as CSIT students. However, nagsimula talaga ako with my content dahil lang nasa-stress ako at dahil hirap akong mag-aral online. And that's when I started to create how to survive online classes during a pandemic. So, hindi siya specifically tech-related video, pero ayan, makikita nyo, third year ako niyan. That's how I release my stress. Ayan. And with that, nakita ng community yung video ko, How to Survive. Kung makita nyo dyan, medyo pa utal-utal pa ako, shy ako. I'm really awkward that time kasi hindi ko pa talaga napapractice yung public speaking skills ko. And nakita yung video ko and I was invited by one of the developer student club communities in based naman to in AMA Computer College, Caloocan. Computer science student ako, wala akong work experience, pero they invited me to do a talk about SQL. So, ayan siya. And this is my very first talk in a university. And the rest is history. So, I last year, ayan, starting from December up until February, I shared my knowledge across different universities, across different developer communities, both technical and non-technical. Ayan, in LaSalle, in different state universities, in different companies, ayan, Mapua, different school organizations. I talk about web development, information security, database systems, networking. I also collaborate with other developer communities to learn about the foundational skills that people need. Naman, dire-diretso, di ba? So, ayun siya. I love connecting and collaborating. That's also how you will get an opportunity in technology. And for example, this one, eto, mga natutunan ko to sa work. And in our field, we should not only rely on sa mga skills na tinuturo sa atin sa school, but also continuous learning talaga siya. So ito, nagturo ko sa school namin about PHP. Ayan. I also do talk kung bakit, non-technical talks, kung bakit ako nag-computer science. Ayan, I talked about UI prototyping and wireframing, about web development careers, and many more. And with that, um, yun yung naging starting point ko is when I did share my knowledge, engage with other people, collaborate. Natuto din ako sa mga mentors. Sa simula, hindi ko naman alam talaga lahat. So it takes time for you to learn the skills that you need. And this is how I started. Hindi ako nag-apply for a job. When I was invited by Figma, an Australian company, I was invited to do a talk about Figma. And knowing that computer science student pa lang ako, of course, I doubted myself kung I should accept the invitation kasi there are front-end developers na pwede naman nilang imbitahin. Pero in our industry, and as a tech student, there's always a risk. And hindi mo malalaman ang isang bagay kung hindi mo susubukan. So I accepted that invitation. I did research about Figma. And ayan, before that talk, I brought up to Efren, yung CEO ng company, na I was interested in applying for their internship. I didn't apply kasi nag-hesitate ako, baka hindi ko kaya as a student and started working early. Pero I brought it up to him and then nagulat na lang ako, job interview na lang ako. And then after that job interview, all I heard was, "You're hired." So yun yung story ko on how I got my first job. And it's possible for you guys. So just always invest in your skills talaga. And now, a year later, a year after working in the tech industry, I've experienced roles again such as social media specialist. So ito, hindi siya technical role, but I focus on helping developer communities grow specifically in the company, provided free webinars and trainings to developers, young students, and career shifters. I also work as an IT support associate. Very important talaga ang support role. Even if it's entry level, ang dami mong matututunan na foundational skills. Also work as an application analyst to help the organization maximize automation, digitalization, ayan, and create effective and efficient processes in the company. I'm currently working as a technical community manager, so that's my freelance job. I work with Edukasyon and we help Amazon Web Services share more knowledge about cloud technology. Ayan. And I'm also currently working full-time at Core Technology. Ayan. It's a restaurant company based in New York. And how? Paano mo nagawa yun, Atcha? Ang turo sa amin lagi is to think outside the box. It's really true. We are in an age right now that in the industry, it's a very it's a very competitive world. You need to show how you are different. Hindi naman natin necessarily stand out, but what makes you unique, what makes you different. Yes, you need to graduate, you need to have these skills na pinakita ko sa inyo, but what makes you different? Always identify kung anong strengths mo, explore mo yung different fields, kung hindi mo pa sure kung alin yung gusto mo. That's how you're able to navigate and empower yourself to discover kung ano ba talaga yung kakayahan mo in the field of tech. And I always share talaga kung ano yung mga naging experience ko, how to get started, and how to start freelancing as a student, how to get a full-time job, and also leadership. It's very important, especially for those women out there trying to find their voice in the field of technology. It's really important for you to express yourself and never um, hesitate to show kung what you're capable of. Ayan. And in here, lahat ng mga sinishare ko sa inyo is also with the help of those professionals and inspirational people around me. I was also given the opportunity to be a mentor in hackathons in different verticals, and nakasama ko and I meet industry leaders and professionals, mga deans, mga CEOs, mga software engineers, CTOs, mga data consultants, ayan, and many more. And ang tinuturo nila lagi din, na natutunan ko din sa kanila, ang goal talaga namin as mentors, public speakers, is to help you to become better than us. Yun talaga yung goal. And I want you guys to take these lessons na natututunan nyo right now and to apply them after our session. Ayun. And if you want to learn more how I got started as an IT support associate, as an in an entry level position, you can watch this interview that I did with Sir Rafi, yung CTO. Subscribe na din kayo sa kanya. I shared how it is important to, ayan, my feedback na nakikita nyo, to give your best shot regardless if you're employed or not. Sabi dito, because the job is not even guaranteed after you get a degree, and it's really important. That's why I encourage you to start practicing these skills, mag-advance learning kayo, learn outside what is being taught in school, and it will help you go a long way. Ayan, I'm almost at the end. So this is the bigger picture, how you can connect and collaborate. And ano ba yung naging buhay ni Acha after college? It's still the same thing. Malaking advantage na nagkaroon ako ng industry experience as a student. And ito talaga yung secret recipe ko, is the support system. I wouldn't be able to do this without the people around me, without the people who support me and encourage me to continue. And a way for me to reach out and collaborate is through Facebook groups. And I encourage you to do that as well. Immerse yourself, or kaya be active on your school organizations. Work together, communicate, and at the end of the day, nasa sa inyo yan. If they believe that you can do it, bakit hindi? So, ayun siya. And these are the examples of the communities that you can join. You have Angular, Apper, StackLeague. Ayan, madaming co-partners ang StackLeague, PWA, Philippine IT Organization, our users group, and many more. Again, going back to the question, bakit ka nga ba nag-IT? After this talk, na-intimidate ka ba ang daming skills, or mas na-push ka na, ang dami palang pwedeng aralin? It's more knowledge, more opportunities, diba? More skills, more job openings, ayan, na you can apply into, you can join different organizations and be empowered. And technology, yes, it's a very in-demand field right now, and malaki ang kita doon. So kung yun yung nagpapamotivate sa inyo, just keep learning and keep pushing, keep studying, and never stop learning. Ayan. It's really important. And if you want more resources, you can reach out, or you can follow my social media accounts to get more free resources and training. So I have a Facebook page, Acha Abe. Diyan ako nag-share ng mga opportunities, mga internships, mga free webinars. And also, I have a YouTube channel. Nandyan yung mga foundational tutorials ko about computer science. Meron din ako mga challenges, entertainment vlogs. And if you want to connect with me professionally on LinkedIn, ayan yung LinkedIn ko. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. Ayan, guys. And let me know what you want to learn about next. So you can scan this QR code for your feedback. Let me know how I did on this talk, and make topic suggestions kayo for me to share. Just scan this, or go to go.edukasyon.ph/speaker feedback_atcha. Ayan, thank you so much for your time, guys. I hope you learned a lot, and you can feel free and reach out to me kung mayroon pa kayong future questions on my social media accounts, and I'm very happy to reply to them, or to connect with you more. Ayan, thank you, guys. Always enjoy learning lang, and stay safe. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much, Athena, for that helpful and fruitful presentation. And I really hope that these gears up our students in continuing to push through the career path in technology. So I want to tell you guys that since Athena isn't here with us live, you may send in your questions and continue discussion with her through LinkedIn. Just search for Athena Abe, or you can send her an email via aabe@edukasyon.ph to further discuss with her the different career paths in the tech industry. So I'll be sharing with you again in the comment section all of the LinkedIn and the email of Acha Abe, so you can reach her for your discussions regarding the topic for today. All right, so before we end our session for today, here are some announcements, and here are some of the upcoming Stack League events. So we have the Stack League session Journey from Developer to Manager happening with Eliel Goko happening on July 6th, Wednesday at 6 p.m. We also have Stack League Career Session, How to Land a Successful Job as a Developer with Stephen Dale Lucero happening on July 13, Wednesday, 6 p.m. And we also have our StackTrek DICT, Code Your Future. Um, okay, so I think this was earlier. So okay, so there are plenty of opportunities for you to learn here in Stack League. So go to fb.com/stackleague/events for the registration details and get the latest updates. And of course, Stack League Ambassador for June is still accepting entries up until June 30. So earn your ambassador points now. Visit bit.ly/stackleagueambassador 2022. So also make sure to earn your league points to unlock the challenger levels and receive the prizes. So that's all for the announcements. Okay, so on behalf of the Team Stack League, I would like to say thank you to everybody for joining the Stack League University Series, Laguna State Polytechnic University edition. And if you don't have a Stack League account yet, make sure to sign up now at stackleague.com, and of course invite your friends and family who you think should be part of the league. So see you guys at the next Stack League event. This has been your host, King. Goodbye, everyone.